he is worthy of respect. Then they said, how do we know which monk has attained the goal of the holy life? How do we know which monk is walking the path to attain the goal of the holy life? Then the Buddha said, if the monk lives in a forest area, instead of a town, instead of a city, then he is worthy of respect. Why? Because if a monk lives in a forest area, there is no forms for him to enjoy, no TV to watch, no sounds for him to indulge in, no smells, good taste. If he have to beg for his food, he cannot choose his food. Taste and comforts of touch. So if the Buddha said, if a monk stays in the forest area, then he's willing to let go of all these 5 chords of sensual pleasure, then he's worthy of respect.
Earlier you say that nowadays a lot of monks are teaching worldly Dhamma. Bhante, can you explain the difference between this worldly Dhamma and the Buddha Dhamma, the meaning of the suffering before?
The Buddha stated very clearly just now, if the Dhamma is teaching you to have revulsion, to be dispassionate towards all the conditions that give rise to suffering, namely all the things that bring you to rebirth, then that is, if the Dhamma teaches you to let go of all these things that give you worldly pleasure, that hold you on to rebirth, if you let go of them, then you're practicing the Dhamma. If the Dhamma does not teach you how to let go, then that is not the Buddha's Dhamma.
A lot of monks are doing a lot of good deeds, Is considered worldly Dhamma?
No, they are considered worldly Dhamma, because in the Suttas we heard the Buddha says monk who is practicing for the cessation of the round of rebirths, he does not do evil karma. He also does not want to do meritorious karma, because evil karma will bring you to evil rebirth. Meritorious karma will bring you to meritorious rebirth. But if a monk does not want to go for rebirth, then he does not want to do all this karma. Yeah.
How about when, after a monk know idea of Dhamma and also meditate here and come out and teach, and this is also some sort of compassion and get married, right?
Yes.
Then it's also marriage.
This is different because when you do. When you say merit, it means merit in the worldly sense. But even though a monk teaches Dhamma, but in the Buddha's teachings, the priority for a monk is his own practice. It is stated somewhere in the Suttas that if a monk spends a certain time of the day either to learn the Dhamma or to teach the Dhamma or to repeat the Dhamma, he has to find some time to practice tranquility of mind, to meditate. So if he spends all his time teaching, then he is not practicing what the Buddha advised. He allocates some time to practice tranquility of mind, and then he allocates some time to benefit others through the teaching of Dhamma, because the Buddha says there are 4 types of people in the world. One, he does not benefit himself and he does not benefit others. That's the worst type of person. Slightly better than him is a person who benefits others but does not benefit himself. In other words, he does, for example, social work and charity work, but he does not cultivate himself. So That is the second type. And better than him is the person who benefits himself but does not benefit others. Benefit himself meaning benefit in the spiritual way. That means he cultivates himself and he does not bother about people. He cultivates himself first. That is the third, better than the second. A lot of people think helping others is more important. But here the Buddha is saying helping yourself is more important. Just like you are in the mud, you want to help people out of the mud. You are in the mud, how can you help another person out of the mud? You must get out of the mud first before you can help another person out of the mud. That's why the Buddha says the third person, better than the second, is a person who benefits himself but does not benefit others. But the best person is a person who benefits himself and benefits others. So the best type of monk is one who practices himself and teaches others to practice. That is what the commentary says. Not what the sutta says. The sutta says definitely you must have 4 jhanas to become anagamin and arahant.
For us to cultivate, so we have to cultivate not necessarily to attain jhana.
For lay people, in fact, even for monks, the priority is to understand the Dhamma. Just now we just read the sutta. Understanding the Dhamma and attaining the vision of the Dhamma is much more important than getting all the psychic power. Once you understand the Dhamma, then the remaining suffering left for you is only 7 more lifetimes. Whereas if you don't understand the Dhamma, then there's countless lifetimes left for you. And you will have to fall into the hell many times. So the priority is to study the suttas and understand. If you can meditate in addition, that's good. But the priority is to study the Dhamma. The Buddha's Dhamma, the suttas, the earlier sutta. Yes, obviously they don't practice. Yes. Actually, sometimes you look into this commentary, they do more damage than good. So it's very silly to take the commentary as though it was words of the Buddha. The Buddha already said they explain the holy life in his teachings perfect, and there's no need to add anymore. We just take the trouble to study all the suttas, and we have a very complete vision of the Dhamma. Okay, how to avoid this pitfall of assuming you're Sotapanna is not to assume. Just to plot on, continue do your work. You should not be greedy for results. We know that our goal is to understand the Dhamma, so we just study the suttas again and again and again. And we practice our meditation. These are the 2 cornerstones of the spiritual practice when you study the Buddha's words again and again so that we understand. And the second one is to meditate and make our mind more and more calm. And in the process, of course, there are other factors which are very important. As we understand more and more Dhamma, we should let go. Keep on letting go. The more we let go, the faster we move on the spiritual path. And then also other factors like keeping sila, good sila, and helping others so that we get some happiness, not to be selfish and all that. No? Mm-hmm. Yeah. We should not look for people to help. If people come to us for help, then we help. If we go and look for people to help, there's no end to it. I know of some of our Buddhist friends, after meditating for many years, they don't seem to make progress, and they go and look for stray cats and stray dogs on the streets to help. I think it's a real waste of time when you have come across the true Dhamma, which is so hard to meet. The Buddha already said, he looked into the last 91 world cycles, he only saw 6 Buddhas who are willing to teach. 6 Buddhas only willing to teach. That means and out of these 6, 3 of them are in our world cycle. That means the last 90 world cycles, there are only 3 Sammasambuddha, which means 30 world cycles before you meet one Sammasambuddha, before you meet the Dhamma. And one world cycle, one aeon or one kappa is so long, the Buddha says it's difficult to imagine how long it is. So if we have come across the true Dhamma and we don't appreciate it, instead we want to go and help cats and dogs, which there is no end to this type of work. After you had help cats and dogs, how about going and help the rats? I'm going to help the insects. I'm going to help the birds. Where God end? All this is rubbish. All beings are basically we cannot help because our life we depend on our karma. Every one of us we are dependent on our karma. Every moment we live, we continue to live as a human being because we have the good blessing to support us. The moment our blessings is used up, immediately we will die. So nobody actually can really help another. We can help very little only by giving some food. But the most important thing is our karma, how we lead our life, whether we lead a skillful life or we lead an unskillful life, right? So these like helping cats and dogs is a very inferior type of charity that we are doing. The Buddha said the highest charity is the gift of the Dhamma. The gift of the Dhamma surpasses all gifts, because when you educate a person in the Dhamma, you benefit him this lifetime and you benefit that person many, many lifetimes to come. See? So if we having known the Dhamma, then if we can learn the Dhamma and teach people the Dhamma, that is really helping. You help cats and dogs, they'll still come back as cats and dogs. How long can you help them? Yes. In a way, You see, because of our simple mind, which is blur, people think, beings in hell also we should help. If you help the beings in hell to come out of hell, the first thing they do, they kill you first. And rape your daughter. That's why they are in hell. They have to go to hell to suffer before they can become better beings. So a stupid person only will think, I want to help a being in hell to come out.
This one regarding the gift of the Dhamma, there's printing. I see a lot of these books, Dhamma books, they always use that there's printing of the Dhamma book as a form of gift of Dhamma or teaching other people Dhamma, then it is considered. Both. Only thing is nowadays sometimes a lot of the books that we print are not really in accordance with the Buddha's teachings.
So if you can print like the Nikayas and give to people, that's really good.